and my average wins are anywhere between 3,500 to 5,500 a day. And then my biggest win was 72,000, and my other one was 51,000 in one day.
Whoa!
Yeah.
70. Wait, you said your biggest was 72,000 in one day?
Yes, sir.
That's great. Hey, YouTube, please do not take this video down again. Just a quick note before we start. Trading and investing always come with risks, even with AI. Nothing you'll hear in this video is a promise or a guarantee of the future. We're just sharing real testimonials and past successes of the members and the confidence of people that are involved in our program. Now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and get to the good stuff. Oh yeah, and real quick, make sure you stick until the end to watch the interview of the ex-plumber who quit because he now makes over $30,000 a month. Even his first month, he made over $30,000. And also the ex-tech professional who makes over $100,000 a month. Both of those will be tagged at the end of this video, but enjoy this. Good stuff. All right, we look like we got some people in here that might know you. Lil Milan, do you know Trey?
What's going on, Lil Milan?
Okay, cool. All right, look like we might have some testimonials or some people who know you here in the chat. All right, so look, y'all, we got Treyvon on here. Trey, bro, thank you so much, man, for coming on, taking time out of your evening to come on here. Look, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all, Treyvon, he's been doing some fire stuff, making a lot of money himself, making a lot of people money. But one of the things I respect about him is that he helps a lot of people. But like, y'all know how like I'm like always on social media doing a lot of social media antics. I respect people, despite me doing what I do. I respect people like him who makes a lot of money, who's helping people make a lot of money, but he's like more low key, like not always trying to be on the scene, not always trying to be seen. I'm super grateful that he's been here now. He's been rocking with us now for, at this point, it's probably been almost a month now. And so super hyped to be able to bring you on here, man. So again, thank you so much, bro, for coming on here, taking time out of your Sunday evening to be able to bless the people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all. So look, go ahead.
I was just saying how everybody doing today. Light them comments up, man.
Yeah. So look, y'all, we're going to get to y'all's questions. I'm going to ask him a few questions. I'm going to tell y'all straight up. All these questions I have for him, he knew the questions. I gave him the questions like 30 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago, but I don't even know the answers to these questions. So all these questions I'm going to ask him is going to be my first time hearing the answers as well. Make sure y'all drop y'all's questions in the comment section. First question I'm going to go ahead and address. Yes, Lex Bubs. 6-figure months. So $100,000 plus months is what he's been able to do himself. I would tell y'all that's a lot of money. if you're thinking in your head, if that's a lot of money. That's a lot of, let me know. A lot of people just want to make 6 figures a year. Like most people's goal is having $100,000 a year. I have several friends, and now Treyvon is one of my new friends, a colleague who's becoming a friend, where he's doing 6 figures a month. And it's a whole different ball game when you're playing at that level. And so anyway, let's go. So I'm gonna ask him my questions first, because I'm gonna be selfish because I'm the host, and then we're gonna jump into y'all's questions. So if you got questions when it comes to trading, options trading, platforms y'all are on, look, y'all, ask those questions here, because once we hop up off of here, it's gonna be just the community only. So we're going to take some time to answer. We're going to try to answer at least most of y'all's questions. We might have time to answer all of them, but at least most of y'all's questions. That's hilarious. Elaine said, every time I ask God something, you pop up on live. Love that. Hey, look, God is good. God is good. All right, good stuff. So let me go ahead and jump into my questions. All right, Trey. So how long have you been trading? What are some of your average daily wins? And what average daily wins versus your biggest wins that you've had? So how long have you been trading? What are like your average daily wins versus the biggest wins that you've had before?
So I've been trading for 5 years. I started in high school when I was 15, and I've been trading all the way up to 20 now. And my average wins are anywhere between 3,500 to 5,500 a day. And then my biggest win was 72,000, and my other one was 51,000 in one day.
Whoa!
Yeah.
70. Wait, you said your biggest was 72,000 in one day?
Yes, sir.
That's great. You know, the most money I ever made in one, like the most money that actually entered my bank account on one day. I probably still have this text message in my phone. It was close to $42,000, and it was a combination of my salary from my tech job and like basically like money that came in from sponsors. So it was like 42,000. It came, like I remember being at the airport when I saw my bank account, and I sent the text message to two of my homeboys. Let me know in the chat if y'all remember Chris. Chris, his real last name is Gordon, but he was a guest on the podcast, a cybersecurity guest. I texted him in a group chat and I sent the screenshot and I said, y'all, I just made 42,000. I remember I was like, yo, I felt like, yo, this is crazy. So I can't even fathom what's almost double that in one day. That's insane. That's insane. What was that like? And this is a beeline for my other list of questions. What was that like when you saw that much money come into your account in one day?
It was, to me, I didn't feel anything. But sometimes when you do something really big, you actually got to take time out to realize what you just did. Uh-huh. When I was hitting like that, I didn't take time out. I just kept going. Like I just give myself praise. That's how I am. I should probably stop being like that. But I don't give myself praise. I just keep going.
Yeah, I feel that. So I thought you were gonna say it didn't feel like anything because even though that was your biggest day, that you had kind of gotten used to maybe seeing some 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. So to you, it was your biggest, but it was because I've said this before. Y'all know it's a lie when people say money doesn't buy happiness or money doesn't. That's a lie. Money, like, and it's the actual truth. Money does make you happier. It relieves stress and it makes you happier. But there is a number that once you start making a certain amount of money, more money doesn't really make you happier. It just becomes the game at that point. And so I thought you were basically gonna say, like, yeah, it was cool, but it's just like I kind of got used to it. So emotionally it didn't faze me. That's what I thought you were about to say. But what you said is still true though.
Yeah. I mean, even if I'm making 5K a day, bro, 72,000 in one day, that's gonna make anybody do a backflip.
That's crazy. So, that's crazy. Yeah. Hey, look. So all right, yeah, y'all see y'all in the comments. All right, so look, let's talk about the reverse now. Because let's be real, like when it comes to trading, there are losses. Straight up. And so what was your biggest loss? When did it happen? And how did it impact you moving forward as a trader?
My biggest loss, I lost $150,000 on a Tesla play. So it was a swing, right? I was up, so it was a swing to the downside. So puts, I was up 50,000 first day being in it, right? And then the next day I was up like 35K. I got greedy.
Yeah.
I stayed in the trade too long, and I lost everything.
So you know what's so fire is how like we talk about a 72K win, and naturally in people's minds it's like, yo, that's it. Like, but then it's like, yo, you did double that in a loss one day. Yeah. And so what was that moment like for you emotionally, and how did that affect you moving forward? How did that shape you moving forward?
That set me back a lot. When you think you break a cycle in life, or you think you break a certain mindset, and you might get something that feel like it, but once you lose it, you realize that you ain't never broke it before. That's how it. I had these certain cycles before I started making money and going crazy, and I thought I had broke it finally. But when I lost that $150,000, I realized that I was technically in the same place I was before I even had the money, mentally and financially.
Yeah.
So I was basically in the same place.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. It was. I was the same person. I thought I had changed, but I was still me. Now that put me to start building myself in the right way. So first I started off mentally, because I realized I wasn't as mentally strong or as confident in myself as I thought I was.
Yeah.
So after that, I started building myself mentally, started getting back right, and then the money started coming back in. Then I started taking a step back. If I hit some big months, I take a step back, realize what I did, thank the Most High for it, and go back in. And that's what I did.
Yeah, you know it's interesting because again, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna keep reiterating this. I'm a super amateur when it comes to trade. I'm probably less than an amateur. I'm whatever is before an amateur, a novice. I'm that when it comes to trading. And watching you in the chat, and I mean, even last week, there were a couple days last week. I think there was one of the days last week where there ended up being I forget what the percentage was of the win rate, but it was something around. I don't want to lie. I think it was something around like a 60-70% profit that the community had made. Mm-hmm. And then you had stopped, like basically you had stopped it. And then when the day went on, you were like, dang, I wish I kept us in there because it ended up going to 100%. Like basically it would have been like a double for everybody's money. Yeah. I remember watching that and I was thinking like, dang, like, yeah, we could have made double that money, but it's better that we still made roughly 60% on our money. And it's better that you're a conservative. So I'm even able to see how you are like, so one of the, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna talk to y'all real quick. One of the things I really like about Trey is that he's been so excited to have us make just more money than we've been making. Because again, y'all, the AI comes up with trading decisions. He comes up with his own decisions as well. And then if the AI makes a decision that he doesn't agree with based on his expertise, we don't go with that. Or if the AI makes a decision and then he believes we could do even more, we could stretch it further. So his goal and what he's been doing is helping us make even more money than what the AI is suggesting. But what I love about what he's doing is that usually when y'all see people that have like big goals about making a lot of money, oftentimes they risk a lot, but they fail a lot. One of the things that I like about Treyvon is that he has big goals, but it's also a level of being level-headed and conservative with it as well. To where even though he has big goals, he'll still pull back. So I could see how that loss and probably other losses in the past have like really shaped you to where you're like, yo, like you mentioned, like, okay, you made $35,000 one of those days, 35,000 profit. And then in that instance, you could have been like, yo, I made 35,000 today. I'm gonna chill out. But instead at that time, you said, no, I'm gonna go for it. And then the next day you lost 150,000. And so I could see how that mindset has shaped you now and how it's been allowing us to perform better with the AI, because now like we're making more money and it's like, but still we have like, we're being less risky than we were before with our previous trading manager. And so yeah, bro. So I love that so much. Yeah. Someone said, do you do stop loss? So we're going to talk about that in a second. I'm going to get a couple more. You know what? We can answer this real quick. This is a kind of a quick answer. So yeah. So they're asking, Lex Bubs asked, do we set up stop losses?
No stop losses. I don't use no stop losses. People be like, Trey, why don't you use them? Because I usually deal with large amounts of money, but I don't use any stop losses. I don't like stop losses because I've ran into too many times where a stock would go and take me off and in a trade, and then it would just wick back that same candle and go to where I think it's going to go. So I don't do any stop losses. I just trust in myself. Let me say it like that. Mm-hmm. And if the trade flip, it flip. If I lose, I lose. That doesn't mean anything. It's life. You're going to lose in life. Everybody lose sometimes.
Those are facts. Big facts. All right, let's see. All right, higher learning investment. Trey Solid. Is this somebody? Trey Solid, Nicole. Is this somebody you know?
Yes, sir. All of Nicole, Lee Milan, Smitty and D. All of these ladies are in my mentorship right now.
Love it. Hey, look, y'all. So y'all see some people here in the chat that's been making. I'm trying to see if we got anybody from the Telegram in here, but I think we just got one or two people in here so far. I've seen a couple of them comment. But yeah, y'all see a few people here in the chat who've been making some money with him. And so we love to see that, y'all. We love to see testimonials, love to see people, love to see real evidence. Those of y'all that have been following me for a minute, y'all know I'm all about testimonials, all about the raw, the real, all of it. And so we love it so much. All right, so next question. Then we're gonna get to some of the other questions. So again, y'all, if y'all got questions, make sure y'all dropping them in the comments. I see a few other questions popping up, but I'm gonna get off my questions first. All right, so let's talk about some of your favorite student wins. Maybe we could talk about one of them that happened last week, or maybe we could talk about some other ones. But what are some of your favorite student wins?
Okay, my favorite student wins is, I'm gonna talk about this one. I don't have a picture. Well, I have a picture, but I gotta go back. It's my first mentee. This is one of my favorite wins. He was a plumber before he transitioned fully into the stock market, which now he is co-partner of my business. Right? Mm-hmm. He made $2,500 in one day, and the previous days before that, he was doing like 5, 6, 1,700, 1,500, and that 25 really what took him out of the plumbing industry.
Yeah.
At the end of that month, he ended up making $31,000, and he started with 1,000.
Dang.
31,000. Yeah,
man.
Yeah, and I'm gonna show you guys. I'm just gonna show you guys. I have an 8th grader that just texts me. You guys not gonna believe me, but I'm gonna show you what he texts me. Okay, so all right, can you guys see that?
He said, "Yo, I made 7,000 total. I can't log in. Show you on Monday." In first period. Oh, so that just happened. So he's gonna show you tomorrow on Monday.
That's 74.
Oh, 74K?
Yeah. That's at 74, my guy.
What?
Let me try to get on there some more. I don't know if y'all can see that. And then Hello. Oh, I don't know.
I'm here. My bad. I'm here. I was dropping off. I'm trying to blow you up more so they can see you more.
Okay, baby. I'm gonna show you guys another one. Okay, 74K is insane. And then I have another young man. Okay.
What is
that one band? He said I made one band.
Man.
Yes, sir. And I got plenty of more. I can keep going down this. My 8th grade said I made 11K. He said, "Yo, last night I made 9K, and then 4K." And then if we click on this video, it literally shows you. And then it shows you like he lost a little bit, but he's 15. Well, not even 15. He's 14.
Yeah.
He made 11K.
That's so wild. Like to be, and this is what I love about this. Y'all know I love the tech industry so much. I love tech careers so much. And it's like leveraging AI and technology is fire, especially when you compare it with something like this where, because it's like, look, you can't work in the tech industry at 13, 14, 15 years old. Like you can't. And it's like, again, the time frame to start a tech business or even get a tech career, it's like, okay, we talking a good 3 months, 3 to 9 months really is what we looking at on average, sometimes up to 12 months. What I love about this is that every single person that's been joining, like next day or 2 days later, they're making their money back. And it's like within a week to a month max, they've made their money back, and then it's just profit after that. And so I love it because it's not like, and again, y'all, I'm not trying to down tech careers. Y'all know I would never do that. I'm tech careers till I die. Well, at least for now, for the foreseeable future. But it's like obviously, like, let's be real, y'all. Like when people, I see it time and time again, people sign up for a boot camp to get in tech. And then we see people, they don't really get their money back until they get a job in tech. And then 2, it's not until their first or second paycheck, which again is still great because we're still talking 3 months to 6 months, 9 months later. But to literally be able to start making money the next day, 2 days later, like that's, to me, y'all know, I've never talked about anything other than tech careers over the past 4 years. And the reason why I joined this team when it comes to the AI trading And two, the reason why I'm talking about this is because I'm just all about what is the best opportunity or what is one of the best opportunities. I'm gonna be real with y'all. This is the best thing that I've seen. And it's like, I'm not Mr. Tech career. I'm not Mr. Tech founder. I'm Mr. What's the best thing that's going to give people ROI for their life? And right now, pairing technology, AI with the trading and be able to make money passively and actively is insane. Insane. And that's why I'm so hyped, because we've been making good money before Treyvon came on. But I'm gonna be real. Our win days, like we would have some wins that were like really good. Then we had a lot of wins that were really, really low. Good win. There's still wins, but it was like we had some days where it's like we made $50, $75, and we had too many of those. And I'm like, okay, we're making money, but this is, then it's like, yo, we want the days where we're back in the hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. And seeing what you were doing even before the AI is like, yo, that's crazy. So that's why we're so grateful to have you on, because it's like, yo, this combination of the AI plus your wisdom, being able to push us further beyond the AI and being able to protect us when the AI isn't protecting us, it's just perfect magic. I see a lot of people in the chat saying like, yo, I'm ready to get started. Somebody said, yo, I'm ready to drop 2K right now. Look, y'all, so we're gonna talk about the numbers. There's different options based on where y'all are at, where you can start at. Like I said before, we got different options. Also, we have the funding as well. So for those of you that have like really, really good credit, but it's like you don't have any funding or you don't have any money at all, we also got the funding for y'all to get you up to $100,000 or more if it's through a business. So that way you might want to leverage the money through your funding and then leverage it that way. So we're going to talk about all the options. We're just going to break it down. Oh yeah, and also y'all, all of it is in the description down below, by the way. If anybody trying to kind of cut ahead, highly favored and blessed that I found it. All right, so my bad. I think I got a couple more questions, but I'm being selfish. We're gonna jump into some of y'all questions real quick. Treyvon, were you about to say something? I'm gonna jump to everybody's questions, but if there's something you want to say real quick, I'll let you wrap.
No. You got it. Let's answer these questions, my guy.
Okay, bet. All right, cool. All right, you know what? I see a lot of people asking about the stuff to the community stuff. So I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna break it down for y'all real quick, and then we're gonna answer y'all's questions, and then like we're gonna go over it again. So I'm gonna bring it up on the screen. Rasik, where is it at? I don't see the Rasik, I don't see the PowerPoint anymore. Did I do something? Did I mess something up? Knowing me, I'm probably the one that messed it up. Yeah, I don't see it at all anymore. All right. Rasik, let me know if you can pull it back up. I'm not even sure if he's still here right now. Let me know if you can pull it back up. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna just say what the breakdown is, and then hopefully, you know what we could do? I'm gonna just share my screen. Yeah, here we go. There's a will, there's a way. All right, cool. So I'm gonna share my screen. We'll do it this way, so that way y'all can see a quick breakdown, and then we're gonna get into the questions. I see he just joined, but I don't see the slides. All right, cool. I'm gonna just share my screen, and we'll do it this way. Oh, that's not gonna work. Yeah, Rasik, let me know if you can add it, because I'm not able to even share my screen to pull it up. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Appreciate it, Rasik. All right, boom. Shouts out to Rasik. Shouts out to the team. All right, so I'm gonna click through. I'm gonna show y'all the breakdown. So we're gonna talk about this stuff. These are some of the P&L, some other examples. I was supposed to be showing this while we were talking through. All right, so boom. So this is the breakdown. These are the different options that y'all have. Let me try to pull this up a little bit better so I can see it better. All right, so we got tier one. Tier one is the actual hedge fund. This is the complete done for you. Now, everyone that is literally currently in our Telegram, they all paid $7,500. Either they did it out of pocket, or they leveraged the funding, because again, we have the funding, so we were able to hook them up with anywhere between $50,000 to about $200,000 in funding, and then they leveraged the funding to be able to put down the $7,500, which automatically put them in. Why did that drop off the screen? I don't know. Am I messing? I know I ain't messing up that time. Rosick, I don't know what happened, but it just dropped off the screen. I think you might have to kind of stay on if that's you coming in and coming out. Yeah, Rosick, it dropped off the screen. Anyway, I'm gonna just talk through it. I'm gonna talk through it until it's back up on the screen. So yeah, so 7,500. I see somebody says this being recorded. Yes, this is recorded, but today is 7,500, and then the way that it works after that, there's no monthly fee, no monthly reoccurring charge. The only recurring charge is currently, as of today, it is a 60-40 profit split, meaning you don't pay anything if you don't make money, and that's because you're obviously making money. And then there is a 60-40 profit splits. As of today, we receive 40%. You keep the full 60%. And again, this is the complete passive. So it's 7,500. Excuse me. Normally it's 7,500. Today is just 7K. And then it's a 60-40 profit split. After today, the discount, the $500 discount goes away. It's 75. It goes back to basically what everybody else pays, 7,500. Whether you're paying that direct, whether you're doing, we have payment options. Also, there is the obviously funding. If you're somebody where you're like, yo, I ain't got no money, and I don't have any money, but I got good credit, we can help you with funding to get you up to $100,000 or a little bit more, and you can leverage that. Or, my bad, it's not on the screen, so I'm trying to talk through it off my memory. I'm gonna look at it over here. Yeah, so basically, so it's 7K today, and then it's a 40-60 profit split. After today is going to be 7,500 again. And then it's going to be a 50-50, which is normal for a hedge fund. If anybody, y'all look it up in the chat for me. If any of y'all are familiar with hedge funds, the normal split with hedge funds is 50-50. And so as of today is 60-40. There we go. So 60-40 split today. After today, it says goes back to 50-50, but it's actually we're transitioning to 50-50 starting tomorrow. So it's been 60-40. Tomorrow is going to be 50-50. So anybody who gets started today, and again, whether it's 7K or it's like different payment options, if y'all click the link down below, literally all the links are in the description. You can start with that. Or if you can't get started with that at all, then you could just do the done with us or done with you service, where you'll be in the community. It'll be done with you. Obviously, you have to be more active. There are more limitations, but it's the done with you. And this one is just normally this one is $1,000 a month, but this one is just $499 a month. The goal for this one, I'm gonna be real with y'all. The reason why this one was included was for those of you who either have like bad credit and or you don't have a lot of money, but this way you can start making a lot of money, so that hopefully by the end of the month or sometime next month, you would have made more than enough to be able to go ahead and just actually have the AI do it for you passively. Basically have the AI and the hedge fund be able to do it for you passively. So these are the completely different options. Someone says, Cyrus, is this similar to Wealth Builders and Ty? This isn't similar. This is the exact same thing. So literally, this is literally still in collaboration with Ty. It's just Ty isn't on here. Y'all actually have Treyvon who's on here, who is a much more experienced with trading. So for anybody who doesn't know, Ty is pretty good at trading. Treyvon is phenomenal at trading. And so, yeah, so Ty is still with us on the team. He's in Vegas right now at a conference. And he's going to be with me in Cincinnati on Tuesday at the MidwestCon conference. We're going to be literally at a conference talking about this and talking about some other cool stuff at that AI event. Anyway, so these are the different options. So again, link is down below with different options. Anyway, that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into y'all's questions. Yeah, we're going to jump into like y'all's actual questions. So let's go ahead and get to it. So again, y'all, all the questions y'all have for Treyvon when it comes to trading, when it comes to different platforms, all of that stuff, let it rip in the chat. And so that way I can learn some stuff too. So I'm gonna remove this off of here for now. So we can go ahead and jump into the Q&A. So I'm gonna scroll up. All right, y'all. So what questions y'all got? Sparkle says, "What the hell? Where was you at when I was in the 8th grade?"
Yeah,
Yo.
yeah. Actually, it's not just 8th graders. I'm in the school system's curriculum, so I'm actually adopted into the curriculum. So you know how people like, Trey, how you get into the curriculum? Don't worry about that. I'm in there. I'm
That's
in school's
fire.
curriculum. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I seen a lot of them talking about what currency are we trading. We're doing options. All right, so we're only options trading on the AI platform. And let me see. Let's see. Can you make that 500 back in the first 15 minutes of market open? See, can you make that? Oh, see, look, that's one of my mentees right there. She's telling you can make that 500 back in the first 15 minutes of market open. Yes, I also seen some.
Where's that comment at?
Right at the bottom, 9:09 p.m. Lee Milan.
Oh,
Yep. You see that?
that's real. Look, this is literally one of his mentees telling y'all, because obviously, like, y'all know, okay, he's making this money. You hear this, you hear that, and all of us, and I'm the same way. We're human. We think like, yo, if I invest in this, when am I going to be expecting to make something back? Now, mind y'all, I'm gonna say this. He's not gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it. Obviously, we can't 100% say, oh, in 15 minutes that's going to happen. But y'all are literally hearing this comment from one of his mentees. This isn't somebody we asked, like we paid to come on, or we were like, hey, can you come on here and say this? This is literally somebody who's been making money with him. And this is without the AI. So with the AI, the opportunity is even better. So I wasn't even going to say this, but it's like, because obviously I'm really big on being more conservative, believe it or not, and not saying too much. But literally, y'all here first. Somebody literally in his one of his mentees, you can make that $500 back in the first 15 minutes of the market opening. And so I'll actually ask, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you, Milan. So let's say people who invest, let's say the people who are doing the 7K, whether they're doing the 7K or they're doing a split payment for the 7K, what's a realistic timeline? Would you say a month, 2 months, 3 months before they would make roughly 7K back based on what your experience and what you've seen with Treyvon? So let's say the trade is happening off of $3,000. So again, options trading off of 3K, which is the minimum that we suggest you have that you place inside of your Webull account. So Milan, I'm gonna ask you. This is the first time I've ever asked somebody in the chat to answer a question ever. So, but again, literally you being one of his mentees, let's say, how long would you say, on your opinion, it would take for someone to make 7K off of 3K when it comes to options trading with Treyvon? All right, I guess while I'm waiting for her to answer that question in the chat, we're gonna go ahead and look at some other questions as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got another question. Someone said, well, Willie White says currently waiting on the boarding process. What do you mean by that exactly, Willie? Because the link and stuff is in the description. And then after you, as soon as after you take care of that, it should redirect you automatically to the Telegram group. So you should be access to the Telegram group right away. Or unless you're talking about for the funding. If you're talking about for the funding, then yeah, obviously you got to fill out the funding form, all of that good stuff. All right, cool. Damien says, "See, all right. Let me go ahead and get to this other question." There we go. All right, Milan answered. So my question to Milan was, with the 7K, how long would it take for someone to make that 7K back? And she said, with her experience and how she's been making money with Treyvon, she said less than a month. So that's the kind of stuff we talk about, man. That's what it's all about. And what I love about this is that the risk with starting a business, everything has risk. Everything has risk. The risk with starting an AI business, which I'm starting an AI business, in the future. The risk of starting an AI business is that you're in competition with other businesses that are similar. Your competition when it comes to marketing, you're in competition with the actual market itself. But then the risk when it comes to a tech job or AI job is that now it's a matter of time. It might take you 3 months to get a job, 6 months to get a job, a year to get a job in the tech industry. But the beautiful thing about this, and I'm gonna keep reiterating this, is that it's like you're making money the next day or 2 days later. And so it's not like okay, I gotta wait 3 months or 4 months and stuff. So I thank you, Milan, for coming here in the chat, answering that question. Yeah, so 7K back roughly in a month. And of course, again, I'm gonna say this for legality purposes. Of course, no one can guarantee that, but this is literally one of his mentees who's been making money with him. And again, this was even before the AI. So she is able to give like a really good perspective on that. All right, cool. Let me know in the chat. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna ask in the chat who is planning on getting started today. Who's planning on getting started today? If you're ready to get started today, literally put a 1 in the chat right now. Like we're getting notifications and alerts, so I know a few of y'all have already gotten started. Maze Fit Ventures, the platform Webull, that's where the options trading happens through. I'm gonna allow Trey to talk about this more. That's not our platform. Webull is a whole company business by itself. So you don't have to worry, to be clear, you don't have to download it, you don't have to do none of that. Our team does everything. They onboard you. So it's not just the AI, it's like a whole team. That's why I joined, because I joined after they had everything set up, after they had their onboarding set up. So literally when you sign up, you join the Telegram group, and then literally the team onboards you. So that way, literally tomorrow you can start making money tomorrow. So all right, we got a couple people in the chat said they signed up. Seiko says he just signed up. Super dope. Super dope. So Seiko signed up. I saw Troy earlier. Troy said he signed up. Good stuff. Good stuff.
You had one question. Tamika asked, "Do you still get access to the community to learn if you choose the 7K path?" Yes, ma'am. You do.
It's all included. Yeah, all included. So basically the higher, well, only higher. It's literally only 2 tiers. So the 7K, it's literally the AI. So you're making money passively, but also there's learning and education in the community as well. So that way you could become more educated. So while the AI is making you money, so it's basically up to you. If you're a person where you're busy and you're like, yo, I just want this AI. I want Treyvon. I want y'all to make this money for me. You know, only thing you need to pay attention to is really just two times a day. You might receive a message in a Telegram where Treyvon or someone else on the team might tell you to, I don't want to mess the language up, but might tell you to provide some link or respond to some quick message. And then the other thing is, hey, go ahead and deposit the money into your bank account. Like, you know, the money's in your Webull account. Like literally every single day, that's what happens. Every day it's like, hey guys, we're trading. And then in the middle of the day or the end of the day, hey, this is how much we made. Go ahead, y'all, deposit the money into your bank account. And so Matthew says, I need the link. Yeah, y'all, again, y'all, all of the links are in the description. So if you click the drop down, it should be underneath the video. You'll see the links, whether it's the link to the funding, if you need that instead. So if you don't have any money, but you have like great credit, or if you need the link for the actual, the link above it is a link to actually be able to join, either for the actual passive AI income with the trading, or for if you're going to be more active and you just want to be able to join in the community and be able to have access to all of that. Yes, are Canadians eligible? Yes. Yeah, there's no limitations when it comes to like what region you live in when it comes to this. So yeah, Canadians are eligible, which is normally a question I get when people trying to get in tech. They're like, yo, I live here. And I'm like, nope, you can't, because you live too far. You live in a certain place. So that's the beautiful thing about this, y'all. There's not a limitation of your age. Like he said, one of his 8th graders last week just made over $3,000. Like, and that's just one. Like, there's other examples of his 8th graders, 7th graders, others in school making money. It's also not a limitation of what region. So y'all know, that's why I'm so hype about this. In the tech industry, if you don't live in the US, your options are limited. especially if you don't live in like even Canada or North America, basically. But the beautiful thing about this is that this opportunity is truly open for everybody. So that's what I'm hype about. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna get to some questions that are specific for Treyvon to answer. So I could take a little bit of a break. Y'all can hear from somebody that's knowledgeable and not just me. So also, Treyvon, if you see a question that I don't see, like feel free to jump in.
Okay, I got you. I believe somebody asked what instruments are being traded, futures or forex. It is options trading. So we're trading options contracts. Mm-hmm.
Treyvon, so I got a question when it comes to that, because again, I'm new. I literally just started trading this year, and I started trading with the AI. So options trading, what got me interested, what I heard about options trading and what we've been doing with options trading, isn't it to where you can make money whether the market, no matter what's happening in the market. So if certain markets or certain companies are going up and others are going down, with options trading, you always have an opportunity, whether you want to I think it's like called a call or a put. Y'all, I've literally been learning as I've been in the community. So whether it's a call or a put, can you explain how, despite what's happening in the market, you can always make money with options trading?
Yep. So it's calls and puts. So calls are for when you betting for the stock to go up, and puts are for when you betting for the stock to go down. So even if, so like that example when you said I made 70% on one contract and they went to 100%, that was on QQQ puts Friday, and those contracts actually went to 500%. So those puts, I got out at 70%, but those put contracts went to 500%. And even though they were dropping, so we can make money either way, up, down, sideways. It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. That's fine. Yeah, I remember that was one of the things that before kept me from really getting into stocks was, just like with the tech industry or just industries in general, whether we're talking the real estate market, just really any market, it's like, oh, well, if that market is down, then you can't make money or there's not opportunities. And so that was one of the things that got me intrigued when Ty and Alyssa first were showing me that the money they were making. I was like, well, what about when the market does this or does that? And that's when I first learned about basically that we're doing it through options trading. And I was like, okay, that's fire. That's fire. So Maze Fit Venture says, are Canadians eligible even for the funding? No, I don't think you're eligible for funding if you're a Canadian. No, I don't think you are. You have to be American. You have to be United States citizen, because I know technically you're an American if you're Canadian. I know. All right, cool. Yeah. All right. I seen a couple of y'all say y'all need the link. Again, y'all, the link is in the description down below. So make sure y'all click the link to the description in the description down below to be able to join, whether you want to join just the community side. And again, y'all, I want to be very clear because I don't want nobody to be upset at me. Don't come in my DMs. Again, the options that are being presented to y'all are just available tonight until midnight, basically. So literally after tonight is gonna go back up to what the price was before. After tonight, if you wait until after tonight, which is totally fine, by the way. I'm gonna tell y'all one thing about me. I'm not a salesperson. I'm not a person that's like, yo, you need to get started now. Get started now. I'm like, yo, y'all gonna see people making money because y'all about to see me interviewing more and more people who are in the community. Y'all are gonna see people making money. Like literally, like some of his mentees have been here in the chat coming in. Y'all are gonna see people coming on making money. I'm not like pressed when it comes to that. I'm just here presenting stuff. And so whether y'all want to get started tomorrow, next week, completely on you. But again, what I'm trying to do is keep my DMs from getting flooded with people that's mad at me. So to be very clear, the option today, the 7K, tomorrow is going to go back to 7,500. But also the bigger thing, $500 isn't really a big deal. The real big deal is that as of today, it's a 60-40 profit winning split, meaning that, okay, let's say, this month, for those of y'all that get started, let's say today, let's say person number one gets started today. Let's say the end of September, you made $20,000. Person A who started today, it's a 60-40 split, meaning that in that example, You walk away passively. You walk away with, if my math might be right, you walk away with 12K. Person who starts tomorrow walks away with 10K. Now, 1 month, a $2,000 difference might not be a big deal, but again, that's month after month after month. It compounds over time, especially when there are larger wins, when there are 10K days and not 10K months. And so again, completely up to you whether you jump on it today or you jump on it or you jump on it tomorrow. Also, Alyssa, if you're in the chat, so we got a couple people that are joining the Telegram right now. Yeah, we got a few people that are joining. So look, yeah, so somebody, okay, Alyssa, if you're in the chat, can you help a couple of the people on board that just requested to join the Telegram? So shouts out to y'all that are joining right now. Shouts out to y'all that are joining right now. All right, let's get back to these questions. You about to answer something, Trey?
Yeah. I see one. He asked, what am I going to be? How is my risk management with 3K? My fault, 3K. So how I would risk 3K is I would do 500 per trade. So if you guys have 3K to trade through the hedge fund, you will only see me max risk $500 per trade, and I only take 2 trades a day. I will only take 2 trades a day. If I ever take over 2 trades a day, I'm breaking my own strategy, and I just don't do that. So, yep, only 500K a day. I mean, my fault. $500 a day. My bad. So that's how we risk with 3K, $500. Or some days it might be better than other ones, so I might risk $1,000. But you won't see me risking $2,500 if you got 3K. I never do something like that. No.
So I'll partially answer this question because I'm the same person you are, Richard, but then we'll let Treyvon go more in depth. So Richard, good question. You said, do you suggest we have even a brief understanding of trading before we join, or can you totally know nothing and still be guided on how to trade? So again, I'll give my answer, but I'll allow Treyvon to expound on this. So no, you don't need to know anything because again, it's all done for you. That's why it's technically an AI hedge fund, because it's done for you. So you don't need to know anything at all. And I can say that from experience because that's the same thing with me. Like, so I want to be clear with y'all. I'll pay $7,500. So this wasn't something where it's like I just collaborated and I was like, hey, I want to tell people about this. I didn't start telling people about this until I invested money and I started making money and I started making profits. I've shared on Instagram. I'm going to share some this week, but I shared on Instagram some of the profits and stuff that I made some months back. And so same thing, I'm learning, but I started making money before I learned anything because it's all done for you entirely. And so I'm still learning. Everybody makes the same level of wins because it's percentage wise. We're all making the same level of wins. So whether you're super knowledgeable or you don't know anything, it's not going to affect how much you're making because it's done for you. Now, again, that's my answer to it. Now, of course, if you don't do the done for you, if you just do the community, the done with you, then that's going to be based on your level of involvement. So Treyvon, I'll let you kind of answer this question on a more deeper level. So like Richard said, do you suggest that he needs a brief understanding in trading before joining, or can he totally know nothing and still be guided on how to trade?
Oh, you can still totally know nothing and still be guided, especially if you're in the community with me while I'm trading. Even though your account is not the one being traded, you can still have money in your account. You're going to see the same trades I take. So while you're learning, you can still be making your $500 back. And then at the end of the month, never know how much we're up and never know how many trades you may take with me. You might make that 7K and then you might just go with the AI trading. And then you might want to different mentorship on the side so you can learn more additional to what I'm already teaching you.
Fire. I'm seeing a couple similar questions in here. So I'll answer this in short. Trey, if there's something else you want to add to this, feel free to. So a few people actually have asked, please explain the $500 access. So I'll answer this 2 ways. So first off, the 500 is literally just a way for people who don't have any money, who either one, you don't have any money, or two, like maybe you're not really ready to get started yet for one reason or another. It's really a way for you to get in, start making some money, so then you can use that money. And I'm going to say this straight up. It's so you can start making money to then invest the 7K. Because we get it. Some people don't have 7K. Some people don't have the credit even for the funding to get the 7K. And I'm going to tell y'all, I literally begged the team to let this happen. I said, yo, can we please? Now, mind y'all, Treyvon, he already has things built out for this. So this was easy for him. But I had to convince the rest of the team to let us open up, because it's literally only been $7,500. That's it. It's been like, no, people got to pay $7,500. That's how much everybody's paid. And so, honestly, I think the only person that didn't have to pay $7,500 was Treyvon, because obviously he's such a wealth of knowledge and such a great resource. The rest of us, everybody was on the team, we all had to pay $7,500 to join. Aside from the person that actually built the technology. So the 500 access, that is for you to be able to get in the community, be able to make money. And as a whole, it's for you to make enough so then you can go ahead and invest for the AI to do it for you. Also, of course, it's beneficial because you'll be able to see like, okay, how legitimate it is. You making money. Now you're not gonna be making a whole lot of money based on how much you're putting in. So be real. But again, that's the purpose of the 500. Now, in terms of what's included, again, I'm gonna speak on some very primitive level. Treyvon can expound better on this. On my kind of primitive level, some things that are included. It is essentially a signaling group. There are some charts that are included. Obviously, you're receiving assistance. But again, it is done with you, so you have to be involved in it. Treyvon, can you break down that second part a little bit better for people that are considering doing the 500 instead?
Okay, yes. So it is a signaling group. So all you guys get is my signals, some days live trading, and I do post my charts. So if you guys want to look at the trades that I'm thinking about taking before I take them, I'm gonna post my charts. So I'm gonna post all my charting, all the stocks I'm thinking about looking at for the day or the week, and I tell you guys the certain levels that I'm looking at entering in after it breaks a certain point or breaks, settle, increase in volume to the upside or downside, whichever way I'm looking at these stocks to go, and that's what would be included. But like I said, that's only it. The 7K would just be a lot better because now you'll be in the community. You'll have the $500 access, plus you'll have people doing it for you. So you'll have me trading for you. And if you wanted to open up a Robinhood account and trade your own, now you have double money coming in instead of just having me do it for you. So if I make you guys $1,000 in one day, you just made $1,000. And then if you go make $500 on your own, you just made $1,500. So now it's like double trouble.
Yeah. Constance. So as soon as you literally you just click the link down below specifically to be able to join either if you're gonna start off with the actual AI hedge fund, or if you're gonna just start at just the 500. As soon as literally it redirects you to the Telegram group. So literally as soon as you pay, you're immediately redirected to join the Telegram group. So that's the way that you join. Super good question. I love questions like this. So Nazir asks, if I'm pronouncing Nasir asks, if the profit is so good, why sell to us? Sounds like y'all found a gold mine. I love this question so much. So I'm gonna answer because all of our answers are different. My answer might or might not be the same or different from Treyvon's answer. It might or might not be different than Ty's answer or Alyssa's answer. So my personal reason, I can answer this first and I'll let Treyvon expound on this. So my reason for this, the reason why I joined, because again, I did not build this or start this. The reason why I joined the team, instead of just keeping this to myself, is the same reason that after my second month working in tech, I started talking about it on social media. It's because, one, I'm a person where I'm all about putting people on. Like whether as a Christian, and no disrespect to anybody's faith here, as a Christian, telling people about Jesus, telling people about the love of God, the grace of God, the gospel, whether it's about people having healthy relationships. If anybody knows my background, that's initially how I built my social media. I was one of the few people on social media that wasn't calling women out or calling men out. I was really trying to encourage both to be better for each other and have healthy relationships. That's why to this date, there are over 11 married couples that I've match made, put together, that are still together. Obviously, I don't do that type of stuff anymore. And then when I got in the tech industry and I realized how much money you can make in tech, I realized like, yo, you don't have to go to college for 4 years and spend $100,000 on a degree. You could just do a boot camp and get in the industry in 6 months to a year instead. I wanted to tell people about it. Likewise with this, I love putting people on to stuff. And one thing I'm gonna tell you, my biggest thing, there are two things that I care about. I care about more than this, but there are two things in the frame of this conversation I care about. I care about being very successful myself, and I also care about helping a lot of people, because I'm not one of those people where it's like I could just be driving around in a Lambo flexing on people. I'm one of those people where I'm gonna be successful, but I want to show you all the people that I've helped be successful too. And that's why I've said this before. The only two things in my life that make me cry right now is, one, when I'm in prayer or I'm in worship. That's the only time you're going to see me cry, is if I'm in prayer and worship, or when somebody messages me telling me how they got into tech, or telling me how, they're making more money because of something I did. Because once you get to a certain level, at least for myself, it becomes about the impact that you're making. So yeah. So for me, the biggest thing is, yes, I want to be successful. I want to be more successful, but also it's about also helping other people as well. So that's the biggest thing for me. That's why. So yeah, I could literally just be like, okay, keeping it all to myself, be a gatekeeper, not put people on. But realistically, that's not my heart. That's not my spirit. My spirit is like, yo, I want to put other people on too. I want to see other people eat. Fire. I love questions like that. I love like those real raw questions. Okay, cool. May said, if I remember correctly, the 500 is done with you. Yes, done with you. K Young, are we? Oh, okay, good question. Are we using some of the funding of the 7K, or do we need to have more money to start trading? So the 7K is to get access to it's basically the hedge fund fee. So if anyone, I'll pull it up for y'all. On average, to be able to get access to a hedge fund is actually in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. And Google that, fact check me. It's literally in the hundreds of thousands of dollars to join a hedge fund. So 7K is just the hedge fund access. Separately from that, you will need to put money in your Webull account. Again, what's recommended is 3K. But of course, like that's 3K at a minimum is what's recommended to put in your own Webull account. That's not money we have access to. That's you and your Webull account. That's what's recommended to put in there for you to be able to make money. But the 7K, 7,500 is what I had to pay. And literally everybody before today paid 7,500 except for, Treyvon. Everybody, and I'm not trying to dish you, Treyvon. I'm just trying to be super specific. So everybody, including myself, we paid 7,500 just for access. And then the rest that's in there, I put 15K. So again, everybody got different money. Some people joined, they put 30K. Some people put 15K like I did. Again, at a minimum, what's recommended is 3K. And actually, I'm gonna ask a question. Because I'm gonna be real with y'all. At first, the minimum that we had was 15K. When Treyvon came on, he looked at what we were doing, and again, as the new trading manager, he did an overhaul to help us be able to again make more money, do some things. Treyvon said, "Yo, we could do a minimum of 3K." So I'm gonna ask you this, Treyvon. So why is 3K at a minimum? Would you say that's fine when it comes to options trading, Webull, all the stuff that we're doing?
3K is a minimum because you can actually risk a good amount. So, like if you have $1,000 and you risk 500, that's half of your account. That's horrible. That's horrible. Really, most people risk 1 to 2% of their account, but that's with larger accounts.
Yeah.
$1 million account, 100K accounts.
Yeah.
That's accounts like that. But with 3K, I can take what? Let me think about it. 3K, I can take what is it? 6 trades of $500, seven trades with $500, and I'd never be down, because even if I lose one trade, that whole 500 is not lost. It
Yeah.
might be 20% of that 500. It might be 15%. Most times I don't go over 20% loss. That's my strategy. My strategy is most times I take out at 20%. Most times I will sell at 15% if I'm down 15%, and then if I'm up 20%, I'll take it. So if I had four good trades at 20%, and I had 6 bad trades at 15%, I'll always be up.
Okay, that's good. I was laughing at one of these comments.
Oh.
So somebody said 7K is 1.141 million for me. That's hilarious. Hey, look, I feel you. I totally feel you, Taj. Again, I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna make this very clear. So again, y'all, today. So I'm not telling like y'all gotta start today. If y'all want more testimonials, I'm gonna be having more testimonials and more people. It's just, again, after today, it will be a 50-50 profit split. So it's no longer going to be 60-40 where you keep 60 and it's 40 on our end, is 50-50. Also, after today, literally is going to go back to what the price was, and the price is going to be increasing to 10K. So again, y'all, the average, to be very clear, the average hedge fund, the average price for a hedge fund, I'm actually look it up. So that way we could literally say the actual number. I'm about to pull it up in a second. So the average hedge fund, and somebody else could pull this up too, is in the hundreds of thousands. Let me actually. What's the average amount to join a hedge fund? Yep. The minimum investment to join a hedge fund varies significantly, but typically ranges from 100,000 to over 1 million, with some funds requiring several millions of dollars. So again, normally in order to invest in a hedge fund, again, at a minimum, $100,000. So, but again, so it is going to be increasing with time. So yeah, again, I want to be clear about that. And that's only because I don't want nobody DMing me. I'm not the decision maker on this, y'all. So I don't want nobody DMing me like, Cyrus, could I get this option? Could I do? No. Cyrus don't make no decisions on this. Even the options that are being presented to y'all now, I had to beg for these options for y'all. And so that's why we putting y'all on with this today. Yep, Sparkle said, or Abina, what's up, Abina? Hedge funds are likely to be around 150K and up. Yeah. So again, I'm being clear. Only reason I'm sharing this is because I know sometimes in our thinking, when we're unaware of things, or we're uneducated, and I don't mean to be that in an insulting way, but just uneducated, unaware of stuff. Sometimes it's like you hear something, you're like, whoa, 7K for a hedge fund. It's like hedge funds are 100K, 150K and up. And so, so this is something that's different. All right, let's get to some of these other questions. All right, y'all, we about to get ready to wrap up. Did Treyvon create an AI tool that executes on trades, or is he trading? So, do you want to break down how we do it, Treyvon, or do you want to tag team? Or I'll let you speak on it first, and if there's anything else, I'll add.
Okay, so yeah, I am the one who's trading. It just automatically gets in, or you guys' accounts as well. So every trade I take, it takes it on y'all account too. So if I make $1,000, y'all make $1,000, depending on the contract size and how much you have in your account. But if you got a 3K account and I risk 2K and I make 1,500, y'all make 1,500. So everything I make, you guys make as well.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to the AI, no, he's not an AI engineer. There is an AI engineer who built this out, who works on it. So there is an AI engineer who's behind the scenes. He's not an AI engineer. He's not the tech person. Also, I'm not the trade person at all. He's not the tech person. So we have an AI engineer who built this out. When it comes to how the AI is involved with it, the AI constantly, every single day throughout the day, is giving suggestions based on the market, based on options trading. So the AI gives those suggestions, and then as the trading manager, Treyvon, aside from the trades and the decisions that he's making, he will look. So essentially, the AI is an assistant that's able to go out and do more by itself, and bring other options and bring other suggestions to the table. And then based on that, as a trading manager, Treyvon looks at it and he's like, yep, I agree with this suggestion the AI made, or I don't agree with this, or I agree with this, but we're going to do this tweak, or we're probably going to, again, my language is bad. We're going to probably, we're probably going to like keep this trade going longer. Again, my language is bad when it comes to it. Like the AI might say like, just be in it for this long, but then come out at this time, and Treyvon might disagree with it. So the AI is basically coming up with many of the decisions. It's coming up with most of the ideas. But when it comes to the final decision maker, it is a human. And that human is Treyvon. So again, we had a trading manager before who's still on the team, who was doing good. But we were like, yo, we can make more money. Like, we've seen really huge days. We've seen some good days, and we've seen losses. And we're like, if we get a better trading manager, because again, our previous trading manager makes 6 figures a month by themselves with trading. Excuse me, 6 figures a year by themselves trading. So we were like, yo, we could get somebody who makes way more money, basically who's better, then they can be better when it comes to making decisions apart from the AI or with the AI. So that's the way the breakdown goes. My bad for not explaining that earlier.
We got another one of my mentees in here, John.
Super fire. What's up, John?
Look, what you say? You said my first month in the mentorship with Trey, I ran up 31,000.
Oh my gosh.
That's the one that I was talking about. That was the plumber.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, look, y'all. So, look, like I told y'all, John, let me know in the chat. Would you be willing for me to interview you, like maybe next week or the following week? We could do like a short interview, just a testimony of you talking about, like your story and how Treyvon has helped you and stuff like that, and kind of where you're at and stuff in life. And so it'll be fine to be able to interview. Because, of course, and John, you know the reason why. The reason why is because there's a combination of people that are here. Most people that know me and know my platform, they know, like, okay, Cyrus is legit. Cyrus is literally I have hundreds of interview testimonials on my YouTube that are still on my YouTube of people I've interviewed that I've helped get 6-figure careers in the tech industry. But nevertheless, despite the years of testimonials, there's always people that are on the fence, that are skeptical. And this is something that to a lot of my audience is relatively new. I never talked about trading because my platform was about tech and AI. And obviously now we're talking about tech and AI within the framework of trading, but also because, again, I'm not an experienced trader. So I never talk about stuff that I'm not experienced on unless I'm interviewing someone that's experienced. And so naturally, John, there are people who are like still in their heads, like, okay, we hearing Cyrus, we see Treyvon, but of course, people need to hear other people's stories, other people's testimonials. So if you're willing, and if any other of Treyvon's mentees are in here, people that are in his community, people he's helped, if y'all are willing, please let me know. Would love to bring y'all on. Just tell your story. We ain't got to share too much of your business if you don't want to share too much of your business. It's just really about helping people and putting more people on. And part of putting people on is helping people break that barrier of doubt that keeps them where they're at in life.
Let me see. I think John said, yeah, bro, for sure. Let him check his schedule. And I can also bring him on, too, because I got his number and everything. So we can plan that in like a group.
Maze, I see your comment. Yes and no. When you said it's literally copying, yes and no. So it's being done for you entirely. Also, again, when it comes to the AI piece, is when I already explained it. The AI is literally presenting different options and stuff on the back end. So it's essentially it is a hedge fund. So it's being done for you. So it's not something where you have to actively do anything. So whatever language you want to use, whether copying, mirroring, different types of language that I've seen traders use, whatever that language is, at the end of the day, is being done for you. Passive trading with the AI providing assistance and support. And then, of course, final decisions being made by experienced traders like Treyvon. All right, y'all, we about to get ready to wrap up. We're going to answer a couple more questions, and we're gonna wrap up. We're going to wrap up. All right, cool. So what's the minimum investment amount for tomorrow with the 500 access? No. So there's no minimum amount. So for the 500 access is that one is based on whatever it is you want to trade. So that's different from the hedge fund. Again, all of it is in the same community, but there is the hedge fund side where it's going to be passive for people. And then there is the basically just the people that are having options with the signal community where you're trading however much you want to trade. Whether you trade in $100, whether you trade in $10,000, that's completely up to you what you're doing. So yeah, that's why the 500 is done with you. Now, again, I want to be clear. After today, after midnight, it's not going to be 500. After midnight, it's going to be 1,000. And so it's 500 right now. In a few hours, is going to be back, or it's going to be at 1,000. And then for the other one at midnight, that one's going to increase as well. And also it's going to go from a 40-60 to a 50-50 split. All right, cool. And if anybody, again, for anybody that like you need funding, like you need like help, then if your credit is good, if you check the boxes when it comes to the credit, you can click on the other link, link at the bottom to be able to sign up for the AI funding. And literally, if your credit and stuff is good, like this week, you can have $100,000 or more in your account. Literally. I've seen it happen multiple times. People in my community. All right, super cool. All right. Will this video be saved? I like to watch it later for review. Yeah, you can watch for review, but again, the links, the prices and stuff are going to be different, basically. But totally fine. You can watch for review. That's totally cool. Elaine says, y'all are awesome. Go ahead, Trey.
There's a question. Gabriella, she asked, can you ask him what got him into trading and what made
him? Gabriel, yeah.
Okay, so what got me into trading? So, I was playing football in high school and I was working as well. I was working at a place called Bojangles. It was a fried chicken place. I was in there flipping that chicken, and really I came up with nothing, and I was tired of having nothing. So somebody introduced me to it, but they didn't teach me trading. I am fully taught, but I just got into trading because I knew I wasn't going to have the life I wanted to have with working a regular 9-to-5. Because, you got corporate 9-to-5 where it's still good money. You make 6 figures a year. But I knew I wanted to be free. I wanted to feel free. I wanted to just be free. And I knew that was going to take a different level of income to achieve that. So I knew trading could do it because you can literally sit on your computer, not talk to anybody, and make a lot of money. And I love that part about it. So I got into it because, I grew up really poor, and I just believed that was the way out, and here we are.
Yo, so we got a comment from one of Trey's mentees. John said, also the mentorship. So this was Treyvon's mentorship. The mentorship was $850. I got to say that was the best $850 I ever spent. I made that $850 back in the first day. Yep. And so again, y'all, so even that's why it's like, even when, a couple of people were like, oh, what comes with the $500? And I was like, I don't want to explain it too much because it's like the ROI you get is so big for the 500, even the 500. But then it's like, obviously you get a bigger ROI. We're talking about the hedge fund. And that's done for you. So it's like, it's just options on options. But I mean, thank you, John. John said he's going he'll be willing to come on as an interview for me to interview him as a testimonial in the future. So yeah, y'all going to see other people making money, other people winning, all of that. I'm going to start posting some of my wins and things like that as well. So y'all be on the lookout for that. So again, the goal is all about helping people be able to make more money passively. All right, good stuff. All right, so I'll go ahead and pull this stuff up on the screen as we get ready to wrap up. So again, y'all, these are the different options. Yeah, Gabriel. He's literally he's the trading manager. So he's in the group. He's in the Telegram group. So when it comes to mentorship, asking questions, all of that stuff to Treyvon, that happens through the Telegram in the mentorship group. You know, you're not gonna get like some like you're not gonna be able to like DM him like he's your mentor in the DMs. Like we, you know, and I'm not saying you're gonna do this, Gabriel. I know you. I know you're not this type of person. I just want to be clear. Like, so don't anybody think like, oh, I'm just about to try to just get a lot of trading advice from him just by DMing them. Like, we don't work like that, you know, because again, that's dishonest to the people who are actually in the mentorship. So again, that's not like a version of gatekeeping. Because sometimes I've seen people sometimes be like, man, why can't you just kind of help me out? That's disrespectful to the people who literally invested for that mentorship, you know. And two, it's just not gonna happen for that reason. So just to be clear, and again, Gabriel, I'm not talking to you because your question made me think about some people who think that way. No, I'm in Cartagena. I'm not in Medellin right now. I'm in Cartagena. It's fun. I went to an island earlier today. It was pretty cool. I was with the locals at an island. All right, cool. And again, y'all, I ain't gonna get into it. It's beautiful. It's dope. All right, yeah. So again, y'all, this is the breakdown. So tier 1 hedge fund, normally 7,500. Everybody that's invested before today had to start with 7,500 in terms of getting access to the hedge fund, including myself. Today it's $7K. It's like a slight discount. There are different payment plan options. So if you click the link below, literally you'll see different options. Now I'm gonna be real with y'all. There's only 3 payment plan options. So there's either 7K or there's a split where you do 4K and then a month later another 4K, and then there's a third split where you do 2,900, a month later 2,900, a month later 2,900. The reason why there aren't other payment plans is because you're gonna make the money back so fast. It's silly to have other payment plans. Honestly, we almost only did a 4K because we're like, okay, in 30 days, at least 60 days, you gonna make, you know, like y'all saw earlier, like one of Treyvon's students was on here, and she was like, 7K, you're gonna make that back in the first month. But again, to be modest, let's say, okay, it takes over a month to make 8K, 10K back, whatever. Either way, we have different payment plan options. You're gonna make the money back even before it's time for the payment plans. That's why we didn't do further out payment plans, because it just wouldn't make sense. But again, for those who just want to get started with the done with you, where again, the AI doesn't do it for you passively. It's not mirror trading or copying trading, whatever language y'all want to use. It's not that. It's done with you. You have to be active, proactive in the community. But again, y'all going to see some wins even when it comes to that. Today is 500. At midnight, it goes back to 1,000. So those are the 2 options right now. Again, if you're a person where you have good credit, but you just don't have the money, or you don't want to invest your own money into it, literally we have the funding where you can get up to, I'll go ahead and show it right here. So again, personal credit profile. So you can get up to $100,000 in funding. If it's business funding, you can get up to $250,000, $250,000, and then leverage that to be able to let the AI make money for you, let the trading, let Treyvon make the money back for you. So again, personal credit profile for the funding, this is the breakdown. So again, you can apply, but this is the breakdown. You need to have a credit score at least of a 680 FICO score across all 3 bureaus. Y'all see it. Credit utilization, credit age. I mean, y'all can see the whole breakdown. I'm not about to, y'all could read faster than I can talk. So y'all see the full breakdown. Screenshot this, whatever. But the link for the funding, if you want the AI funding, $100,000 or more, click that link instead. So that way you can leverage that funding to be able to invest in this. You know, do whatever you want with the rest of the money. Don't blow it. I would say don't blow it, but you know, do whatever you want with the rest of the money. But if you want to go that route, you can go that route. But these are basically the 3 different options. Either one, you go ahead and get started with the hedge fund today. Or 2, if you're not able to do the hedge fund for tier 1 and you just want to do the done with you, make some money. That way you make some of that money. You use that money to then invest in a hedge fund later. You could do that. And also, again, y'all, there's no obligation. So none of this, we're not doing no stuff where you got to put your social security, it's on your credit, you got to finish your payments or something. It's none of that. You're going to make the money. You're not going to cancel because you're going to be making the money. So, and also just in our heart of hearts, it's like, Nobody ain't with that type of stuff. We're here to help people make money. We ain't here to like be like, you gotta stay in the program. If you want to cancel for whatever reason, then that's completely up to you. But again, we're confident in what we're doing. We've seen what Treyvon's been doing. We've seen what the AI has been doing. So we just here to put people on. And again, or there's our other option, just the $4.99 today after midnight is gonna be $1,000. So if you wait until after midnight, it's gonna jump up. In my opinion, not a big deal. $500 to $1,000 isn't. In my opinion, it's not a big deal. But the difference is that if you just do this month to month, it's going to be the difference of $4.99 a month versus $1,000 a month. But again, the expectation is that you would make, depending on what you're putting in, depending on how active you are with tier 2, the idea is that you would make enough money to then go ahead and upgrade to the actual tier 1 option. And again, if neither one of these work for you for one reason or another, but you have good credit and you want to just start off with the hedge fund, but you don't have the money to do it, then go ahead and click the second link so that way you can get the funding instead and leverage money for the funding to do that. And I keep reiterating this because believe it or not, some people need to hear it 3 times, 4 times, and they still going to be in my DMs like, hey, can you break it down again? All right, we got a question from Richard. Question, let's say I do the credit for the 7K because I have good credit. Okay, so the funding. So let's say I do the funding for 7K because I have good credit. Can I get funding on top of the 7K? Let's say that's 3K you guys suggest to get started, or should I already have the 3K on my own? So the funding is a minimum of 50K. So the funding, when you do the funding through, and again, it's not through me, it's with Wealth Builders. So the link is with Wealth Builders. And to be clear, Wealth Builders, that's Ty's business. Ty is one of the co-owners, co-founders of this whole service. So it's all kind of together in a way, but I just want to kind of get that breakdown. But I will tell you, with Wealth Builders, they don't do funding for like less than $40,000, $50,000. So you're not going to do funding for $7,000. That's like a very small loan. The funding that they do it's usually $50,000 to about $200,000. So that's what you would give. Now, to be clear, let's say you do funding, because this happens. One person, specifically a person in my community, they signed up for funding with Wealth Builders. I think he qualified for $150,000. And because that was in his head, that was too much money for him to take. It made him a little like nervous. He only took like 80,000 or 90,000. So you technically can take less, but the way their service is set up, you're not going to be doing a 7,000 fund. And also, to be clear, let me be transparent about this. I should have said this earlier. With the funding, there is a separate brokerage fee for the funding. So this isn't you just get funding and you put 7K into this. So let's say you get 100,000 and then you put 7K into this. That's a separate service. So there is what's called a brokerage fee with the funding. So the brokerage fee as of today, and I called Ty, I asked him if they could set this up. The funding the brokerage fee for the funding. So if you get $100,000 as of today, there is a 10% brokerage fee. Now you don't pay that until you have that $100,000 in your account, or 200,000 or 50,000. You pay the 10% after you already have the funding. So it's not something where it's like you got to pay some and then you get the money. It's literally you get the money in your account first and then you pay that percentage. But today it's 10%. Anyone who does the funding after today, it's 15%. So meaning that today, let's say you get qualified for 50,000. Let's say you apply today and then you get qualified in the next 2 days for $50,000 in funding. It'll be 10% or $5,000 as the brokerage fee. But if you wait until tomorrow to do the funding, instead it'll be 15%. So that's a difference of, let's say you get $100,000. That's a difference of $10,000 versus $15,000. So my suggestion, if you're on the fence about anything, the one thing you shouldn't be on the fence about is definitely not the funding. Because again, the funding costs no money up front. It's literally after you get the money, then you pay the 10%. But if you wait until after today, is literally going to be 15%. So again, if you don't have the credit, if you don't have the money to go ahead and get started with the AI trading, or even just the 500 community, at least do the funding, because again, it costs no money up front, and then you'll be able to be locked in for that 10% instead of 15% instead. So again, y'all, I keep reiterating stuff because I don't want nobody to be upset at me. I'm trying to like make sure everybody hears it. All right, y'all. So look, let's do this. What time is it? It's 9:03. I lied to Treyvon. I told Treyvon we were only going to be an hour 15 minutes. At this point, we've been like an hour and 40 minutes. So we're gonna do this. It's 9:03 p.m. My time is 9:03 p.m. It's 10:03 p.m. y'all's time. For me, at 10:10, I'm closing out. So I'm gonna look at a few more questions. Treyvon, at any point in time, bro, you need to leave, whether it's now or it's at 9:10 my time, 10:10 your time. Let me know. I ain't trying to hold you hostage no more.
All right, man.
Hey, bro, we're gonna get to a couple more of these questions. And I'm gonna try to prioritize questions that are for you. And again, if you see any question that you want to answer or you want to jump in, go ahead and take over.
Okay, I see one from Kevin. He said, "Would you say folks usually earn back their initial investment within a month?" Yes. Yes. Usually, if you're dealing with me, even within my mentorship of my mentees, with the AI trading, we make our money back within the first 2 weeks. So now that depends on your investment or how much money you have in your brokerage account. If you have 1,000 and you paid the 7K for the automated trading or the passive income trading, don't expect 7K back within the first week. But if you have 4 or 5K, I'm gonna say you can expect $2,500 a week. But you can never I can't tell you guys just how much I'm gonna make because I don't know. I move with the stock market, not what I think about the stock, not what I think the stock market is going to do. But usually, dealing with me, you make your money back within the first 2 weeks. If it's a low amount, like $500, I say we make that back within the first two days. 7K first 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And to double down on that, Kevin, you might have joined a little bit later, which is cool. Literally, I'm gonna go ahead and pin this comment right now. This is one of his mentees. I asked her the same question. I said, hey, to let everybody here know, because she's been making money with him. I said, how long do you think it would take people to make the 7K back? And she said less than a month. And this wasn't planned. She came in here. I didn't know who she was. She was just engaging in the chat. I knew that a lot of his mentees were going to be in here. I knew people that are from our Telegram group community were going to be in here. And so, yeah, so she said the same thing. So she said at least within a month, you make that 7K back. But again, to what he said, it also depends on how much that you actually have being traded on in the account. So part of that still is up to you based on what you're going to invest or put up in there. All right, cool. Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, he who knocks says, guys, be careful over promising in the financial markets. You win and you lose. Yeah, definitely. There's going to be some losses. That happens. Yeah, definitely. 100%. But again, he's speaking on what he's been doing. He's speaking on, also we're speaking on like the success rate based on the suggestions of the AI, all of that stuff. Exactly. So we're speaking on that stuff.
Yeah. And if you guys need proof, you can always go to my Instagram. I have highlights of literally day after day of us making money. So every day, it'll start from the beginning of the month to the end of the month. You see the daily reoccurring income. So I only say things that I do, not promising. And even I had another mentee that came in here named John. Can you pin his? When he said he started and he made $31,000 his first month. And he started with $1,000.
I'll try to find that comment again. Here it is, right here. They're right here. Yeah, and I'm going to be interviewing John. So John agreed to come on as a testimonial, as an interview. First month made 31K. And again, so that's why it's like, okay, when he talks about making 7K in 2 weeks or making 7K in a month, and to some it's like, yo, hey, be careful with them promises. It's like, well, first off, it's not a guarantee because again, it depends on what you put into it. But secondly, we have testimony after testimonial of people making significantly more than that in 1 month. Significantly more than that. So we got 2 people in here that's like, yep, they can vouch to expect to make more than that within the first month. So 2 questions someone asked. All right, so I'm gonna give a breakdown again because I see a few people popping in late, leaving early, all of that. So okay, where do I go on the Telegram? Lakey Maria, did you join? Because it should have automatically redirect you. Let me know on the chat if you joined or not, because it should have automatically redirect you. I'm gonna make sure the team people are joining the Telegram right now. Different people are joining, and I think some of them are a little confused. All right, I just messaged that in the group, y'all. So specifically in the group with the people that are running the Telegram, so they're gonna be able to look out for y'all. But yeah, let me know. Clarify. So $500 a month to get trades, and there's trades every day that you let us know about. So again, specifically, yeah, if you're doing just the signaling community and you join today, it's $500 a month. Again, the expectation is that, the goal for you, at least the goal that I have for everybody, do whatever y'all want to do, but that you would make so much money that you would then say, okay, instead of me actively having to do all of this work myself every day, which basically is like a part-time job, instead, let me just go ahead and you literally have the hedge fund, the AI, Treyvon just run all of this, so that way I can just collect my money and live my life, which is really the goal. But as it relates to the part you're talking about, $500 a month right now. If you wait until tomorrow, it's going to be $1,000 a month. If you wait until tomorrow, so not $1,000 one time. If you wait until after midnight tonight, it's $1,000 every single month. Again, in my opinion, not a huge big deal because again, you're going to make money and you're probably going to end up upgrading anyway. But nevertheless, that's what it is. And his question though from Nazir says, so the 500, there's trades every day that you let us know about. Is what he's asking.
Is that yep? He said, hold on, let me see. What did you say again? My bad.
You're fine. This question right here, I just tagged or I just pinned it.
Okay, so $500 a month to get trades, and there's trades every day that you let. Yep, exactly. And sometimes, and most days, I will actually be trading with you guys. So I'm not just letting you know about it and letting you go on. Some days I will be live trading with you guys, so you can see everything I'm doing on my screen.
Yeah. And for anybody who needs to scan it for the trading, this is the QR code you can scan. Shouts out to Ross for setting this up. Highly favored and blessed said this is amazing. All right, cool. All right, y'all. I'm a beginner. What am I supposed to do after the 500 investment? So yeah, after you do it, just literally is going to redirect you to join the Telegram. Just be active in the Telegram. You're going to be onboarded. And then literally as long as you're active, Treyvon, can you give a little bit of a breakdown of what they can expect, after basically after joining?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I got you. Kevin asked it. Okay, so the $500. So your 500 initial investment a month for the Signal group, and what you would then do is you would go fund your Webull account with whatever amount of money you want to take, and then after that you would set up your option trading platform so you get level 2, and then you would join the Telegram group as well, and through that, once your account is funded, your Webull account or Robinhood, whatever broker you use, then you can start taking trades with me.
Mm-hmm. All right, so Nasir, I'm a whoop you a little bit. I'm gonna spank you a little bit. No Diddy. But so the question, so if I don't make over $500 investment, money back or what? Nasir, I think you should do this. I think you shouldn't start. Let's do this, Nasir. Don't start. Don't take advantage of the 500. Don't take advantage. Wait wait a month. I'm gonna interview 2 people. You're gonna see how much money they're making. Wait until then. Now the downside, when you do get started, you're gonna have to invest more money, and it's gonna be a larger profit split that you're gonna lose out on. But I want you to wait until you're confident. Y'all, one thing about me, I like to tell people an opportunity. I like to show testimonials and examples. But at some point, it's like, if you're still super skeptical, don't do it. Don't do it. Watch everybody else win. Watch everybody else win. And I'm not saying that in a petty way. Like, that's like legitimately. Like, watch, because realistically, maybe you just need to see more testimonials. Because there's literally been 3 people here in the chat saying thousands of dollars they're making daily. And they just popping in here. They spending time on a Sunday evening coming in here in the chat, not being paid. We ain't paid them to come in here. They don't get no money. They don't get nothing. They just in here telling you like, yo, I've been making all this money. And we're talking people who have invested roughly $500, give or take. They've made thousands. I'm gonna be real. It wasn't until yesterday that I got approval to even present this $500 option, because $500 and I mean, let's be real, $500 is play money. That's barely enough money to take someone out to dinner, depending on if you're going to Miami or you like going to someplace in Buckhead or you in LA. 500 isn't even enough for a dinner. So 500, and I get it, 500 for some people is a really, really big thing, but it was a big thing for me to just get the team to accept a 500 option and accept this part. On the flip side, if you are on the fence, if you're not sure, just wait until you see enough testimonials, you see enough people making money, and then you're like, okay, I've seen enough now. I'm ready to invest. Again, the only downside is that it's not going to be 500 at that point. It's going to be at least 1,000, maybe more, just for the community part. And then same thing for the hedge fund is going to cost more, and the split is going to be larger. So the good thing for you and for anybody here who's on the fence, the good thing, if you're not ready, if you're still stuck with it, after all the testimonials in the chat, after the screenshots, the evidence, after all the stuff, if you're still a person where that doubt, that fear is still keeping you where you're at, I get it. Stay there. Wait until you see some more testimonials if you need to. For everybody else who, you're at a place now in life and your mindset, it's been a lot of people that's been joining already since we've been on here. So shouts out to those of y'all that, went ahead and took that step the same way I had to take that step, whatever. But, shouts out to all of y'all. For those of y'all where it's like, you're at that level of faith, you've seen the testimonials. Maybe you followed a couple people here in the chat that are in his community that have been making money. You're like, okay, all right, okay, this is clearly legitimate. I see what it is. All right, I saw Cyrus interview people before in the past. I've already interviewed 1 or 2 other people who are already in our Telegram group from the past. So if you're one of those people, shouts out to you, all of that. I'm gonna see you either. I'm probably gonna be in the Telegram until tomorrow morning because tonight I actually got to pack because I got to fly to Cincinnati. But anyway, so shouts out to y'all. I'm gonna see y'all in the community. Yeah, for anybody else who is like you're still kind of stuck with that barrier, I get it. I'm not here to shade you. I'm not here to change your mind. We're just presenting stuff. We showing y'all testimonials. At the end of the day, it's like it's between you and God what it is you want to do. And so totally cool. Love it though. All right, so it's a few people asking. So I'm gonna go ahead and post this. All right, so this is from one of his mentees. I see a few of y'all asking for his Instagram. So John Cochran put it here. He said, like I said, the proof is in his Instagram. Instagram is YWO.trading. So YWO.trading. Let them know, look over the stuff, whatever. If you want to DM them for the link, let them know, say, hey, I saw you in the stream. My suggestion, if y'all want to look at some testimonials and you still want to be able to lock in the options that are currently here, make sure you DM him at least by tonight. Because if you DM him tomorrow, or if he doesn't see your DM until tomorrow, again, all these options y'all see here are not going to be the same options for y'all. Lexander says, is the 500 still on 60-40? No, So there's no shared revenue split when it comes to the signaling community. It's a set 500 every month, or if you wait until tomorrow, it'll be a set $1,000 every month. So no, it's just a set. So the split is for the hedge fund, because since the hedge fund, because the thing is, the 500, we're not going to do a split with you because again, that's not manual. That's not automatic. That's not being done passively. That's you actively being in the community. That's done with you. So we don't know what you're going to do. So we as a team ain't doing no split with you because we don't know what you're going to be on. So that's a set amount. The split is when we're doing it, because we know what we're going to do. We know what Treyvon's going to do. We know what the AI is going to do. So the split is just with the AI, and 2, it's only when you make money, because again, you're going to make money. So hypothetically speaking, for anybody here who you're like, well, what if I don't make any money? Guess what? We don't make no money. So literally that's how it's set up. It's set up to where it has to be a win for you, because if it's not a win for you, it's not a win for the team. It's not a win. It's not a win for nobody else either. So it has to be a win for you in order for it to be a win for us. So again, everybody eats, everybody wins. All right, cool. All right, y'all, we over time. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Lakey says site is really legit. That's the only reason I signed up. Appreciate the love so much, Lakey. Thank you for that.
All right, y'all.
Cool.
See you later, my guy.
All right, good stuff. All right, Treyvon, appreciate you, bro.
Sure.
Nah, Jay, I'm sorry, bro. I'm about to hop off. You know what? I'll give one last breakdown, and then I'm hopping off. I'm not gonna answer no more questions. I love y'all, but this done ran over a lot longer than it needed to. Lakey, DM me if you're having any trouble with the Telegram or anything like that. Just DM me, shoot me a DM on Instagram. Drop Lakey, do a favor for me. Drop your Instagram handle so I can see it. So that way, when I see the DM, I'll know it's you, and I immediately go to it tonight. If you're having any issues. So again, y'all, I'm gonna give one quick breakdown. Again, we discussed as a quick overview. So we discussed Earn Profits AI, literally allowing AI to be able to make money for you passively. This is the AI hedge fund community where it is involving options trading. So literally I joined the team. I joined with them earlier this year, probably about 4 months ago, after I saw months of them making money. A quick example of what one of those weeks looked like. So one of the weeks, literally, one of my friends was with me in Medellin, Colombia, and I was literally watching day after day. These are the actual, literally, if y'all zoom in, it was one day, he had $920. Next day, made over $2,000. Next day, there was a loss of $553. Next day, there was a win of over $1,000. And I saw this happening as we're just hanging out. And I'm like, dang, you on vacation and you making over $1,000 on average a day while chilling on vacation, not doing nothing. And it was, again, because of the AI hedge fund. So after seeing this, again, they had been, this friend of mine had been talking to me for a while saying yo, Cyrus, you should join. You should start doing this as well. And I was like, well, yeah, I'm going to join. I said, but you know me, I got to put people on. So I joined. I paid $7,500 to be able to invest. I started making some money. I said, yo, this is dope. I said, yo, I'm going to start talking about it. I'm going to start putting people on, all of that. So I started putting people on, whatever. At first, we only allowed a limited group of people to be able to join at one time. And I'm gonna be real with y'all. The reason why was because when you're building out technology, you have to worry about infrastructure. You have to worry about how many people. Think of it this way. Y'all know, when something goes viral or when Instagram crashes or YouTube crashes, usually it's because there's so much activity happening at once. So at first, we only allowed a certain number of people to join because we wanted to pace it to make sure that the AI was going to continue to perform at an optimal level for everybody. At this point, we've been seeing it be consistent. We've been building it out further, and it's yo, it's fire. So now we're allowing more people to come on. That being said, today we introduced our new trading manager, and the trading manager we brought on, this isn't him, this is AI. This is an AI person. The trading manager we brought on, Treyvon, who just dropped off, he makes $1 million a year. He makes literally over $100,000 a month by himself when it comes to trading. That's profit. But also, we've seen three or more people here in the chat that have been a part of his community. One of them made $31,000 their first month with him. Another person was talking about how much money they were making. I can't remember. I just remember the numbers of the $31,000 person. So we saw testimonials in the chat with people that were trading with him. So that's even before the AI. So now we have him plus the AI together to be able to perform better. So we talked about that. He told his story. He answered some different trading questions, how the trading is going on. This is a quick snapshot of some of his testimonials, real people, real results, all that good stuff. Blah, blah, blah. And then, yeah, these are the options. So either one, just like I did, either one is either the hedge fund fee where either it's 7K or there are payment plan options as well. Again, one of his mentees put in the chat earlier that they made that they said you can expect to make that 7K within the first 2 weeks. And so at least the first month, it'll be expected for you to make that back. So either one, you could do it up front or you could do payment plan options. Or if you're skeptical, if you're on the fence or you ain't got a lot of money and you just want to get started, there's the done with you option where you join today, just $499. I almost said $4,099 because I'm not used to saying $499. $499. You could join with just that. Make some money, build your confidence, see like how legitimate it is. And then once you've made money, you can probably use that money to then upgrade into the actual hedge fund. You could do that. Or if you have good credit, then we have through Wealth Builders, you could get funding through Wealth Builders where literally you'll receive the funding if your credit is good. You'll receive the funding, the money in your bank account up to $100,000 or more. If you're going to do it through a business, you'll receive the funding this week and you can use the money from your funding to then invest. Again, full transparency, everything that's being presented to y'all is all at discounted rates today. As of midnight, everything jumps up to what it normally is. So the funding, if you do the funding, I'm going to kind of go backwards. If you do the funding, so let's say you get $100,000 this week with funding, there is a brokerage fee with the funding. Today, it's 10%. After midnight tonight, if you wait until after midnight tonight to sign up for the funding, and the links are in the description, if you wait until after midnight tonight to sign up for the funding, it will be a 15% brokerage fee, meaning after you get the $100,000 today, if you sign up today, let's say you get the $100,000 on Wednesday, it's a 10% brokerage fee. So that's $10,000 out of that $100,000. If you wait until after midnight tonight, it'll be a $15,000 that'll come out of that $100,000 that you'll get instead. And so, hey, it's totally fine. Hey, if you think this ain't legit, don't sign up. Please don't sign up. Just I'm gonna say this. If you don't think it's legit, please don't sign up. Just stay subscribed. Keep tuning in. Just tune in every week. I'm interviewing more and more people every single week that's making thousands of dollars daily. Because either one, people gonna say you capping, or people gonna call you a gatekeeper. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. I'd rather you call me a capper. Please call me a capper. Call me a capper. And just keep watching it. Only thing I'm gonna say, keep watching the testimonials. DM people to see if it's legitimate. Ask people, snoop around, do all of that. Do whatever you need to do. Just know it's going to be more expensive later than it is now. That's all I'm going to say, which is totally fine. It'll still be a good choice later. Do whatever research you need to do, all that good stuff. Whatever you need to do for yourself. We just here to put y'all on, but if it ain't for you, it ain't for you, which is totally fine. Anyway, so that's a little bit of the breakdown. A little bit of a breakdown. So again, if anybody needs to do the funding or you want to do the funding, whether you want to do personal or business, you can scan this right now. You can sign up. Again, this isn't with me. This is with Wealth Builders. Wealth Builders is with Ty. Ty is one of the co-founders of the AI trading service that we're talking about. But this is a separate business, separate service that is with Wealth Builders. Wealth Builders has been doing funding for 10 years. Literally, I've interviewed people in my community that have gotten $50,000 to $150,000 through their specifically an AI funding service that they have. So if you need to do funding through them. If you don't need to do funding, because some people are like, no, I don't want to do funding. I just want to go ahead and get started with the AI. Literally, you can use the QR code. You can scan this QR code instead, and you'll see different options. You'll see the option. I'm not going to jump. I was about to move ahead. You can see the option either for the 500 for the community, or you can see the options for if you're ready to get started with the actual AI hedge fund. All of those options will be there for you. All right. And you said after the 500, we can still upgrade to 7K. Oh, my bad. My bad. Let me answer this properly. After the 500, so let's say you get started today with the 500, it won't be a 60-40 split. The 60-40 split ends midnight. So anyone who doesn't join, so if you join the actual hedge fund, not just so if you join the AI hedge fund, you lock in the 60-40 split forever, and you lock in that pricing forever. If you wait to join the hedge fund after midnight tonight, then it is a 50-50 split. Also, that 7K is only for tonight. I paid $7,500. Everyone has paid $7,500 before today. 7K is like a slight discount to be able to offer y'all. Tomorrow, it goes back up to $7,500. At the end of the month, it's going to be at 10K. Again, to be clear, the average investment for a hedge fund, not the average, the minimum average investment for a hedge fund is $100,000 up to $1 million. So even at 10K, it's still 10% of the lowest of what a hedge fund normally is. Nevertheless, that's the kind of breakdown. Best options, best opportunities are for today. Again, if you're not sure, if you're not confident, if you like, I'm not sure, totally cool. Just wait. Keep watching the testimonials. Subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that. Y'all gonna see me interviewing people probably every week. I'm gonna interview somebody new who's making money. So I'm gonna bring people on. Nehemiah said, just join the 500. Don't see a team link. Okay, it should automatically redirect you. If anyone doesn't automatically get redirected, I don't want to tell y'all to DM me because that feels cheap. That feels cheap. And DMs are tricky. So we'll do this instead. Let's do this. This would be the better thing to do because I haven't seen this problem happen before, but I think it's because we usually have never done the 500. So I know some people got the Telegram link, but I'm seeing a couple people say that it didn't redirect them. So if it didn't automatically redirect you, then here are two options to reach me directly. I want to drop my number in here. I'm a person, I kind of don't care about giving people my number, but at the same time, sometimes people be trying to abuse your number. So let's do this. All right. So here are two different options. If it doesn't redirect you, either email me or DM me. Email me or DM me, and I will make sure tonight that you have access to the Telegram. Again, it's supposed to redirect you right away. But if you're having any issues at all you need to do, DM me or email me the email you use to sign up, because we got to specify that it's you. So make sure you DM me or you email me with that specific email, or you provide that email so we can verify and we can make sure we get you access in the Telegram. Yeah. And so that way you can start making money literally tomorrow. So again, if you're doing the done with you, make sure no matter what it is, tomorrow, at least tomorrow's Monday. So make sure that all of y'all are active tomorrow. So that way y'all can start making y'all money tomorrow. Because the goal is that y'all make y'all literally the full money back tomorrow. For those of y'all doing the 500, the rest of you that are doing the actual AI hedge fund, the goal is for you all in this first week, at least by first 2 weeks, to do the to be able to get the money back. My brain is turning to mush right now. All right, y'all, that's basically it. Somebody asked a question. Somebody said, because he's doing the work, that's why you have to break off in percentage. What did somebody ask? Somebody must have asked a question. After the 500, you need to add to your broker's account, correct? I'm not sure what you're talking. After the 500, you need to add to your brokerage account. All right. Highly favored said $1,000 a month until you hit 7K or upgrade to the AI tool. So it's $1,000 a month until you upgrade. Until you upgrade. So look, I'm gonna tell y'all this straight up. I'm gonna tell y'all how I would do it, because this is how it is. If you ain't making your money, cancel, because you're gonna make your money. But for anybody who's like, okay, if I'm putting this, I'm putting that. If you're not making money, cancel. Like, there's no clause when it comes to canceling. There's zero clause. There's no, you gotta speak with their team. You gotta have a meeting. It's literally, if you're not making money, you cancel. So it's as simple as that. But the other thing though, and I'm gonna tell y'all this, we are gonna set up affiliates as well. So in the future, those of you that, you making money, you got friends and family, you like, yo, I want to put them on too. We're going to set up something for an affiliate so y'all can put people on so they could join. Obviously, you can get an affiliate commission. They can make money. Everybody can be making money. Everybody can be winning. All right, cool. Nazir, you saying don't give my number, basically. You like, yeah, don't do it. Don't give your number. You're going to get trolled. I sure would. That's why I'm too cool sometimes. Sometimes I'm too cool. And I'll be like, oh, yeah, it's weirdos out here. I'll be forgetting. There's some weirdos out here. All right, y'all. That's basically it. I'm hopping off. Again, y'all, everything is what it is until midnight. After that, it ain't going to be that no more. All right, good stuff. All right, I'm going to check on that right away. Again, y'all, anybody who joins, if it doesn't redirect you to the Telegram, I'm going to go ahead and pin that. Literally just shoot me an email or DM, and what I'm gonna do is I'll make sure that literally immediately the team jumps on that, so that way you can. I'll just give you the actual Telegram link for you to join the Telegram. That'll be easier to do. All right, cool. All right, y'all. Love y'all. God bless. Somebody said time zone. It'll be Eastern time, so technically. You have, what is it? I think it's about to be 11 in like 25 minutes, y'all time. Because I'm in South America and I'm in a different time zone. So you have about an hour and 20-ish minutes. Yeah, hour and 20-ish minutes. If you're Eastern time zone, an hour and 20-ish minutes. So it's midnight Eastern time. So if you sign up with 75K, is that monthly or just one time? So there's nothing that's 75K. Alexander, I think you mean a different number. So there's nothing that's 75K. I think you mean if you like when you sign up for the hedge fund, is that monthly or one time? That's one time. After that, there is no monthly fee. There's only a profit split. So let's say let's say on average you make 20K a month. Let's say you make 20K a month on average. Today, there's a 60-40 split, which means, like, again, this is the done for you. This is passively. You don't do nothing. So if you're making 20K a month, if the AI and Treyvon, if it's making you 20K a month, there's no monthly fee you pay. There's just a profit split, a 60-40. So if my math is correct, somebody fact check me. If my math is correct, you would walk away in that example of the 20K month, you would walk away with $12,500. And then literally the service would get 40%, which I believe will be $7,500. But then if you wait until after today, and then let's say you average every month 20K, same thing, 20K win, then it's 10K, 10K. But if you'll be locked in at 60-40 if you start today, you'll be locked in at 50-50 if you start tomorrow. And I don't think it's going to go above 50-50 ever. I know that the price for the investment is going to go up over time, but just for the rev share, that'll be at least just 50-50. I don't think it's ever going to go to where you're getting less than 50%. But again, to reiterate this, if anyone's like, oh, but what if I don't make any money? Then you don't pay anything. And again, because you're going to make money. So the business, the only ongoing revenue for the business is you making money. So the business ain't making money if you ain't making money. So that's the way that a hedge fund is set up, or at least specifically this type. All right, cool. All right, y'all, I'm jumping off. I'm seeing a lot of the same questions. No disrespect. I appreciate the questions, but I promise you, whatever your question is, it's been answered about 8 times. And I'm probably not exaggerating. It's been answered probably 8 times at this point. I love y'all. Stay tuned for some of the testimonials. Make sure that y'all are alert. That y'all are alert, that y'all are on it tomorrow, so that way y'all can start making money, because we want y'all to make money. I want y'all to make money. We want y'all to make money. Selfishly, the reason why we want you to make money is so you could be a testimonial. So you could tell people like, yo, I'm making money. This is fire. Please be active so you can make money. So we can show people, hey, look at everybody who making money. And also so that way you can make money. So then, you'll upgrade, because it'll only make sense if you're actively, basically treating it like a part-time job where you're actively making $1,000, $1,500, $500 day after day. It's like, okay, you could just literally let the team do it, let the AI do it, and then that way you just passively are making 6 figures. That's the goal, is for you to be able to upgrade, or don't upgrade it. It's whatever you decide to do, because whatever floats your boat at the end of the day is what it's about. All right, y'all. Aside from that, God bless. Y'all be blessed. Have a beautiful, lovely night. I need to go. I've been on here too long. All right, y'all. Peace.